Chloe, Corinne, Caitlin and Franco, everybody's joining. Thank you for joining so promptly again, everybody. I try to finish my example in time. I think I pretty much did, but yeah, we're all different. What would you say as South Africans? Just to continue where we left off, what would you say South Africans? How do you see? How do you perceive South Africans? What would you say? What has been your experience? Who's anybody that has traveled abroad? Anybody that has traveled abroad? Who's been overseas? Anybody? Anybody? You don't have to. I mean, I'm not gonna go to SARS and split on you. It's fine if you use your if you use your money to go overseas. It's fine. I don't mind at all. Anybody who's been overseas and who are from overseas? Any Namibians? No Namibians here because that's still seen as overseas. Who's been overseas before?
I've been overseas.
Just go. Where have you been? Not,
I've been to Holland and I've also been to Germany.
what was your impression? What impression did you get? How were you perceived by the Dutch and the Germans? That they immediately, do you think it was, and have you spoken to any of them? Do you think they would immediately have identified you as from Africa or South Africa? Because to them, Africa and South Africa are not the same thing. I mean, they only know Africa. So what was your experience? Because I know for
Well,
you,
my father is actually from the Netherlands, so I am like half South African and half Dutch, and I can also speak Dutch. So it was a bit different in Holland than it was in Germany because I also have a lot of family in Holland, so I
hmm,
was a lot more like comfortable there because I already like, yeah. But the people in Holland, they are so nice. They are like the funniest and the kindest people. Like you just find nice people. Like there wasn't even one person that was rude or unkind. Like everyone is just happy and everyone is just very kind. But in Germany, it was a bit different. Like I noticed, like when you walk in the streets, like they wouldn't always greet you back, or sometimes they would just look at you. Not everyone is like that. Like some people were nice, other people weren't nice, but in Germany I would say the people weren't as nice there as they were in Holland. So that was just what my experience was.
um, I like the Dutch. As a matter of fact, it's one of my favorite destinations. If I have to, I would very easily settle in Holland. I'm not sure if it's because of our heritage, um, but that was my impression as well. A very friendly nation. If you're there for the first time, very often the accents are quite funny. What I enjoy about the Dutch is there are a lot of the expressions that extremely funny. We're not going to go into that right now. That's too much detail. But yes, I've also experienced the Germans as being very reserved, friendly, but not very open. They will be nice with you, and if you approach them and you ask them directions, they will give you directions. But they do in a very structured manner. It's not like, oh, you're from Africa, and it's not if they're trying to make friends and they are just like, okay, right, you've asked me for directions, I'll give you directions. Simple as that. Job done. So we're all different in that regard. I mean, and the South Africans have always been labeled as being very sociable. And people who have visited our country always say that we are very friendly and helpful. And I do believe that we are by nature. So what I'm saying, or what we're trying to say and illustrate with these examples, is that culture is is boundaryless. It says that it's difficult to pin down a particular culture um, because we have to define the boundaries first, in which with which in we have have placed that particular culture. And very often there's obviously certain more traditional ways and two ways of looking at what culture is to to say that it can probably be what is seen as acceptable behavior. That's one school of thought. A culture is the acceptable behavior of a particular community or region or country. And then you have your more traditionalists who say, but it's a bit more than that. It includes your religion and your gender and your customs and your beliefs and values. And yes, all of that is true. But I think basically, in summary, your culture that you belong to is or born into um, is very much a reflection of the different customs and values and beliefs of that particular group of people. So customs, yes, often referred to more as the things that we do that become part of our daily routine. Some people well, your perfectionists are people who have a specific order in which things needs to happen. They, if it's not, then they sort of completely unsettled as to okay, right. So this is not supposed to be the next step. Um, now, some of us are more routinized than others. There are a few things that, and for instance, I mean, uh, to understand your customers, your customs and your cultures better, we have to understand our individuals that form that culture or form part of that culture. For instance, when you get up in the morning, some of us are morning people, and immediately we wake up with a song on our hearts. And some of us, geez, I mean, what an interruption! I actually could have slept for another hour. You do still get up, but you're not as sparky as somebody else. For instance, every single individual have choices from the minute that they open their eyes in the morning. You can choose to either go to the bathroom, or you can choose to maybe first have a cup of coffee and wake up before you go to the bathroom. In all of those cases, we always have a choice. Every single situation we're in, we have a choice. On the way to class this morning, traffic was hectic at a certain intersection where it usually isn't, and I decided to go right. Just relax because it is a Thursday morning? We also get there. I might just get there 5 minutes later. What I do, I take a different route. I usually, I've used this example before as well. With with we all get there, but we all get there in a different way. So although we are from the same culture, we also experience our cultures differently. Um, and and I think that we need to understand that even though we might have consumers with similar beliefs and values and customs who um, are part of the same culture, they will also not act in the same and behave in the same manner every single day. Um, I know that I don't, in similar situations, every day react in the same manner. There's a video at the bottom. I'm quickly going to try and open that for you if I can get my mouse to work sufficiently. It's going to give you a good idea of how customs, values, and beliefs differ. Let's just check and see if we can get that going. Right, it looks as if we've got some action there. It might just take a bit, but it's actually, it puts a lot, it summarizes beliefs, values, and customs and what each are and how they actually fit into each other quite nicely. Right, let's have a look at the video. There you go. That's a very nice version of um, and a very nice summary of the difference between beliefs, values, and attitudes. They've got very good examples that they use as well, and that's why I've chosen that particular video. It's quite nice. Puts a lot of things together. In other words, what's important to you, what you think is important to you, what you thought was important to you, and then actually, yes, all the different actions that make sure that your behavior reflects what you believe in and what your values are. Um, as it says there on the screen, your values could also be beliefs. Um, it needs to, however, be considered or would only be considered as a value if it meets certain criteria, and that is that they need to be few in numbers. I mean, not everything that you believe in needs to be or would be a value, for instance. And they do change. It's it's difficult to change, but it can change. We change our beliefs more often than we change our values. Our values is something that has been formed over years through different through exposure to different cultures, and as a result, we might change some of the beliefs that we have. It doesn't mean that we have to change our culture as a result of that, but it does often happen. Very good friend of mine, a Muslim colleague that I worked with previously. His wife, as a Christian, or was brought up as a Christian, and she obviously took on his religion when she married him, and is, well, they've been married for 30 odd years now. It's part of the Muslim religion, and have obviously brought her children up in the Muslim values, and those things are often um, very evident when these relationships happen. Um, Important for marketers, however, is that we have to look at what the impact of culture is on the decisions that consumers take. We only become aware of our culture and the specific features of our culture once we are exposed to and socialize with people from different cultures. How would you know that there's a different culture if you only associate yourself and are only friends with people from the same culture? And we're not suggesting that you have to now go out and make friends with people across all different cultures, and that's going to guarantee that you're a better person. That's not the message that we're trying to get across. But there's always a greater and a better understanding of different cultures and why people behave in a certain way, and that's why you cannot um, you cannot, as a business and as future marketers who will represent different businesses, be ignorant about this and say, well, you know what, sorry, um, this is a this is a supermarket. We cater for the majority of the population, and I'm sorry, but if your culture is not happy and accommodated here, then go shop somewhere else. You will not remain in business, and you will not survive as a business if that is your sort of restrictive approach. And that's the main reason why we have you. If you standing at the entrance of a supermarket like Spar or Pick and Pay or Checkers for half a morning or for just an hour, um, there would be a lot of people passing you, and I promise you that they will be from a variety of cultures. And a particular business, like I've mentioned, would not survive if they do not offer and alternatives and products and services that satisfies all those varying um, consumers or cultures. It's very important for you as marketers to therefore to keep up with these changes, because things do change. The examples that we have there um, is there's been, I think, not as a result of COVID, way before COVID, but the last decade, there's definitely been a cultural shift towards living healthier and being more conscious of your of your appearance, and the fact that if you want to live a long and happy life, then you also need to start building the blocks right at the beginning and make sure that you remain active. We don't all have to be excessively active and run the comrades and cycle every tour there is. There's obviously a balance. We're talking about your own wellness. That includes exercise. Wellness is more than just exercise. It's ensuring that you sleep properly, that you eat correctly, that you have healthy habits, for that matter. Okay, and I'm preaching to the converted because some of you I know that are very active and have already made that decision. And some people, something traumatic has to happen first because that sort of change is enforced on them, or they change their ways and how they think about things. And it doesn't mean that what they believe was actually correct and acceptable is all of a sudden not anymore. They just realize that there are other options as well. And I think many of us, me included, have had similar experiences in the recent past as a result of what we've experienced in 2020 with COVID-19. It was a sort of a junction in many people's lives where they were forced to stop and take stock and say, what are you doing? Are you still happy with what you're doing? Are your values still intact? Because I've never heard somebody who's on his deathbed said, you know what, I wish I worked harder. Most of them are actually expressing exactly the opposite. Maybe I shouldn't have worked as hard. Maybe I should have spent more time with my family. Those are the kind of things that in times like that you miss, but that you forget along the way. And I think, yes, for that matter, COVID has actually been great to most of us. And some people will obviously will feel differently because they've lost businesses, they've lost loved ones. But yeah, we cannot change that. We can sympathize with people who have not experienced COVID very well. But the fact of the matter is, these pandemics and certain things that happen in our lives are very often what enables us to refocus. And yeah, remember the things that you've been brought up with and what's part of your important values, which is part of your culture, and embrace them. I'm not going to do any more work for today. I'm going to quickly just bear with me for the next 5 minutes until the end of the chapter, at the end of the session. I'm going to quickly share screen with you on, and I'm going to start with the BCM group. Let's quickly take attendance. The BCDM group, digital marketing, if I'm correct. Tyrese, are you here today? Are you joining us? Have you joined us? Doesn't look like it. Julie's, I know that Julie sent me emails. She's got a lot of things to balance and work, and she'll attend whenever she can. Obviously, today wasn't one of those. Dewald, are you here today? Okay. Ruan, I didn't see Ruan's name on there. Ruan, are you here today? Not. Stephanie. Stephanie, I saw you. You present, right?
Yes, sir.
I thought so. I saw your name. Corinne, I can still
Yes, sir.
logging on.
Yes,
Larissa,
sir.
Larissa, are you here today as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Zaska, I also saw
I'm here.
online. Skok? Nope. Right. That's that group done. Let's quickly go to another one. We're almost done. Those of you who are part of that particular group, you are welcome to leave and enjoy your weekend and stay safe. And I'll see you guys again on Tuesday. Or you can wait till we finish. Let's just share the BCDM now with the digital marketing people. Right. How do you pronounce that? I would like to know. I'm just going to call you Bonyongo on your surname because present, not present, absent. Tyler, I know he's here. Tyler, why is that being jumping over there? Tyler's here. Marcus, I saw is here. Natalie, I think I saw Natalie. You here?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Warren, I think I can remember was. Chloe Jane, you were present as well.
Yes, sir.
Same with Sanel, same with Jessica, same with
Yes.
Tamia. Caitlin, I think I also saw Caitlin.
Yes, sir.
Caitlin, why is that a V? That should be a P. You're not visiting, you are present. Wendy, I'm not sure if Wendy is attending this course anymore. Everyone, same with everyone. Ashley, I know, was present today. So was Franco, and so was Cornay. We're almost done with this group. Why are you guys such a big group? It's good, but Jessica, I know, is here. Tanika Rabi, not today. I didn't see you. Jessica, I know, is present. Egan, I'm also not sure if Egan is still on the course. Ruan, I know, is definitely with us today. And Janice, yeah, I think I saw you join, Janice. Yes, Janice is
Yes,
here.
sir.
Right, last group to go. And that would be that's our last group would be our Centurion group. Um, BCM students, Lyndall, I know, is here.
Yes, sir.
So is Kalia.
Yes, sir.
And Kaylin, I know, is here. Madeleine, Madeleine actually had problems attending some sessions, so she emailed me. Annalise, you here today? I think I saw you.
Yes, sir.
Danique, not today. And Johanni.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I think that concludes our work for the week. I will upload this session. I will upload this session, the entire 1 hour in 2 sessions on completion of this session. I will also upload the changed assignments, and you can also see um, on the announcements that are posted on Canvas the new submission dates. I specifically added an announcement um, related to that. Let's quickly, just before we finish, go to our chats and see if there's anything that we missed. Anybody that needs something. Couldn't you see the video? I'm very sorry about that, Warren. I didn't check the chat room while you were busy. I did call you out, Marco. Don't worry about that. You are definitely more present. Don't you worry. Okay, I'll have a look at that link again, and if it was inaccessible to you, I'll make sure that I'll upload it as a video, and you can see it in your additional resources as well. Didn't I call your name, Marco? My apologies. I must have skipped it, but I definitely know that you're here. I saw you join. Okay, I'll just modify that Excel spreadsheet so you are reflected as present. Is that okay with you? Thanks, everybody. Is there any questions that you guys still have before we close shop for the week? Go out, be safe. Remember that we are still in lockdown 1. Remember that the virus is still around. Still sanitize your hands, wear your masks, but go out and enjoy your friends, but be safe. And we will see each other again on Tuesday. All good? Thanks very much, everybody. I will see you on Tuesday. I think it's the first period, if I can remember correctly. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye, everybody.